Coming up on DNM Cast.
As soon as you hang around with people that have different choices to you and different life goals, you start adapting their ways of living, things like that.
Yeah, I got called Chubba Chubs. For I don't know what reason.
Yeah.
But I think it may have been because I was a bit overweight.
Because I found that if you keep trying to control outcomes, like trying to force yourself to control things, then those things don't come. Delane is running 21 times every day. My body would literally fall apart on me.
Yeah, she's killing it at the moment.
Yeah.
We recently, Tom and you visited first to watch her run, and then me and you went
Tom
back
did
up.
the full 21 kilometers when we did it.
No, you didn't, mate.
Welcome back to DNM Cast, episode 38. Got a lot to talk about today with the
8 things to help you with finding your own identity. This is a big thing that I struggled with growing up because I dealt with a lot of injuries. And I felt for a long time my identity was only a football player. And I thought my self-worth was kind of based on performance. So if I had a good game, I would feel really good about myself. But if I had a bad game, I thought I was a really bad person. And I thought that only people would only like me if I was good at sport. And this is something that I dealt with and struggled with growing up. And especially when I then started to go through injuries and I couldn't play footy, I didn't know who I was as a person because I wasn't doing anything in the footy space and I couldn't play footy, I couldn't even run. And I felt just horrible about myself and I didn't know who I was. And I wrote down 8 things that kind of helped me find myself and find my identity. Yeah. I don't know if you guys went through this when you were growing up, but this is like what kind of helped me to find myself away from footy and find how the person that I wanted to become.
Yeah, talk me through, mate.
But the first one was writing down the things that I was grateful for. I was inspired to do this through the Resilience Project. They came into our school one time and they talked about how you should write down everything that you're grateful for, like 3 things every day that you're grateful for. And this is something I still do to this day. And it helped me realize that no matter what, I was still grateful for these things. And these were blessings in my life that I often take for granted. And then it made me really thankful for them. And this could help me realize that I'm not just based on my footy because I've got so many other great things out there and my footy performance didn't really matter. So I was like out here, I'd say, example would be my family. I'd be like, I know it's so broad, but it'd be like, oh, I could laugh with my friends and those things help me realize it's like, it actually doesn't matter what I do out there on the footy field or it doesn't matter what I'm doing. It doesn't matter if I'm injured right now because I could still laugh with my friends. I should be thankful for those things. And that just helped me, just like a little thing that I do every day is write down three things that I'm grateful for.
Yeah. So that helped you get over the fact that you didn't have to perform to be.
Yeah. Well, it was like, I didn't have to worry about performing and that it was just like, it didn't matter what those things were. It was
because
just
you had your friends and
because I had my friends and my family now. I was so grateful for that because often we always want more and we forget the things that we already have in our life that are so beautiful. And that for me was my family.
I remember a quote that I said the first podcast with Sam. It was something along the lines of like, you get angry with yourself or whatever. Something along the lines of like, but it's now a year's time and the things you wish you had previously you now have, so you're taking it for granted now or something like that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Sorry, I fucked that up so bad. But like,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
It's like last year you were dreaming about having all these things and success, and then now you have it, but then you're still thinking negative thoughts. It's like, why are you thinking negative thoughts? You're where you wanted to be a year ago, if that makes sense.
Yeah. What's the quote actually? I think it's like,
I forgot what it was.
Being grateful for the things that you used to dream to have.
Yeah.
Something like that. But anyway, that's what Diezel's on there.
Yeah.
The next thing that really helped me was exploring other passions / things that made me happy. Finding enjoyment in other things, helped me discover that other things make me happy. And I especially tried to prioritize the things that had no pressure to perform, such as surfing. That was for me. As you guys know, I surf a lot.
Yeah.
And it was something that took pressure away from footy, and it was just like something that I genuinely enjoyed, and it didn't matter how I went. It didn't matter if I caught 1 wave, it didn't matter if I caught 10 waves, and it was just so nice and refreshing that this is something that made me happy and I could enjoy away from the footy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have any other enjoyments that you do like outside, but those things, I was like trying to find happiness in other things, which made me find myself as a person.
Yeah.
And exploring, new opportunities also helped me, is like, surfing, fishing. I know this sounds so weird, but as you guys know, I like to keep fish. And I know you guys think that's so weird, but that was something that I liked and that I enjoy doing. I love buying like fish and
Who
keeping
got you
fish.
into fish?
I've always, since I was a kid.
Like anyone get you into?
No, I've had it always since I was a kid.
So you
Like,
chose. So you were the weird person that was like, I want fish.
Yeah, always. I just loved it. Like every time we're in a fish store, I'm looking at all the fish and stuff. But yeah, that was something that was like, that just helped me find myself because that was something that I personally enjoy.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter if someone else enjoyed it. It didn't matter what anyone's thoughts on that were.
Because you liked it.
Because I liked it.
Yeah. Prime example. Like
Yeah.
I think what the fuck. You think fuck yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
It makes you happy.
Exactly.
I'm
And that
happy.
was something that helped me to find my identity as a person was like,
Yeah.
not that I like fish, but it was pursuing things that I like to do that make me happy.
Yeah.
You know, and that was keeping fish. I know you make fun of me for it, but it's something I like to do.
Well, like, is it the fact that like you're looking after something and you feel like responsible for their life? Is that?
Nah, it's just cool that like
It's just cool that you have
yeah,
fish. Yeah,
it's like a
okay.
superpower. Like I think of like all those things. Like we're in a world full of superpowers, and it's like we're like intelligent. Fish are like can breathe underwater. Birds can fly. You see what I'm saying?
No,
No, okay.
but I sort of understand.
The next one that helped me was embracing life, unpredictability, and allow for change.
Yeah.
Life is super unpredictable, as we know, and I always felt like I was trying to control outcomes, such as making teams or train to do this and train to do that. But I just kind of took the mentality on that if it's meant to be, it'll be, and that kind of took pressure off myself and allowed me to grow and pursue new opportunities. Because I found that if you keep trying to control outcomes, like trying to force yourself to control things, then those things don't come. You know, all you can do is put yourself in a position where you think that will give you the best opportunity, and what will come of that will come. And that helped me kind of like take off the pressure of needing things at that moment. It's like, if it's meant to be, it'll be. You know, I don't know if that's something that you kind of adapted, but that's something that I kind of adapted. Like I put myself in a position to have the outcomes that I want, or think about, like, let's say an example, like I put myself in a position to where I think it will help me.
Yeah.
Like where I think that it'll give me that opportunity, and I put myself in the best spot possible that I think.
Yeah.
And then what comes of that will come of it. And I can't control that.
Yeah.
You know, you can't control the outcome, and that's it.
So that's good, because most people set their standard to a high level where they can't achieve it and then feel disappointed when they don't achieve it. So it's like when you can recognize that this is the level and this is the bar that I want to set. If I can't reach that bar, this is what I'm going to do to get to that level, if that makes sense. So you can't really like predict where you're going to be in the future or expect yourself to be somewhere without obviously putting in the work. But even if you put in the work and feel like you've done the work and you still don't get to where you want to be, you can't really stop there. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
if that makes sense. So I understand where you're coming from there. That's good.
But that was something like a little mentality switch that I had, that if it's meant to be, it'll be.
Yeah.
Put myself in the best spot possible, and I'm happy with whatever outcome, because I know that I gave my all and put myself in the best spot. That was like for me, like I had a lot of injuries, as you know. I broke my pelvis and I was out for like 5 years.
Yeah.
And I knew that I wished that I could heal like miraculously,
So
but I
5
couldn't.
years you were out not playing footy.
I was out for 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, 5 years.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like in bed and I couldn't walk for 6 months. I had to lie down for 6 months the first time around.
What?
Yeah, it was horrible. But yeah, it was something that I dealt with, and I'd learned a lot about myself, that sometimes life isn't fair, but putting yourself in a position to give yourself the best possible chance to succeed. And that's all I could do, you know, in those moments was going to the gym, and that's literally all I could do.
And I guess that's why you say, like, don't feel sorry for yourself because no one's going to give a fuck, because you've been in a situation where you've like sat in bed thinking the worst, but then like realistically no one's really thinking how you're thinking. Like no one's feeling sorry for you being in bed.
The truth is no one cares.
Exactly.
No one's coming to save you. No one cares.
The only ones that cares.
And this is so true, but no one wants to see you do better than them.
Yeah, 100%.
That's it.
Especially when you've fucking been down for 5 years. Imagine someone doing better than you after 5 years of being injured. You know?
I know. It's pretty funny, hey?
Yeah.
But I think that's what also comes with my like vibe of like not caring what people think.
Yeah.
Because it's like genuinely like I've been through so much.
That's probably where it stems from.
It probably is.
Yeah.
Well, it is. It's like I know my self-worth. I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
And I do not care about what you think. I'm going to let you watch this and enjoy the show. But
So is that why you like fish? Because you've been in your room, so you like
potentially could be.
Yeah,
Maybe
probably could.
It
You
probably
know
is
how, like,
it's because I could only
one
look
thing
at them.
happen-
Probably.
It's like one thing happens and then everything else happens in your life because of like one thing.
Yeah.
So you've been injured, obviously.
Yeah.
Now you like fish. Now you have the mentality of not giving a fuck. Now you're here. You know, like
Maybe.
I don't know.
The next thing that helped me kind of find myself was surrounding myself with positive influences. You have to build a team around you that allows you to be you and allows you to grow as a person. I found growing up, I was around people that had very small minds, and now I'm seeing they've got very small goals. And I've always been a bit of a dreamer. I'm an unrealistic dreamer. I always think that I could be the next big thing, or I always think that the next TikTok I post is going to be the best thing ever. Like I'm a very, very big dreamer. But I need people in my life that allow you to be like that. And I found people that allow me to be myself and kind of support me and support my delusional ways sometimes.
Do you think I support you? Do you think I support you?
Yeah, but I think you keep it real with me.
Yeah.
Because I think I do get a dream like, Luke, come on, mate. Like, but I definitely find that friends can be massive influences on your choices and your goals. And people around you, like I said, with like growing up, as soon as you hang around with people that have different choices to you and different life goals, you start adapting their ways of living, such as if you wanted to be a footy player, which I did, was drinking and partying and doing all those things. Yeah, that's great. I'm not saying don't do it, but doing that every night, you know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday during school, would that help me in my footy? Probably not. But if my best mate is always doing that, I'm more likely and more inclined to start doing those things with him because I'm always around him.
And I think we've probably fallen victim for some of that.
100%.
As well.
Whereas if my friend was a triathlon runner, my best friend was a triathlon runner, every morning he's waking up at 7 a.m. and I'm like, oh gosh, he's already up and he's already done a workout. That makes me subconsciously feel like he's doing a little bit better. It motivates me to do better.
And
right?
that's instantly like some people might fall into the persona like not thinking like that and thinking, why is he doing better than me? And then falling victim of no one wants you to do better than you know?
Yeah.
Like that thing that we always talk about. But
yeah, but I found growing up, I had to distance myself from certain people to allow myself to put myself in a position to grow and become a version of myself that I wanted to become because I know how I am. I like when I'm in a group, I'm definitely influenced by the people around me. Yeah. And I know that I need to push myself away from certain things so I could be influenced by other people, such as people going to the gym and people doing these and people, you know, aspiring for different goals, such as on their Saturday nights, their Saturday afternoon, they'd love to go surfing. Yeah. And it was like, yeah, well, maybe I should go surfing instead of going down Espy and partying, you know, like nothing wrong with partying. Like I love to party, but I feel like there's a balance between it all. And having your friends around you that are a good influence on you can make a huge decision on your life changes, on your life choices and changes.
Touching on that, like something that I just thought of then, like a good well-being thing to think of. Like you're 20, like think of however, like whoever's listening, think about however old you are. So I'm 20. And in my 20 years of having friends, I've moved on from that many friends. Like you think you're in primary school and you're friends with these people, and then like obviously like you lose contact with some, rekindle with some, but then like I think about it like they're probably gone. I've still got some friends from there, but high school comes, I'm friends with all these people, they're gone. And then outside in footy, they're gone. Like so many friends come and go. And then now I'm like ended up in a spot where like I have really good friends around me. It took me 20 years to get to that spot. You know what I mean? So some people that think that they're probably putting themselves in awkward situations and feeling a bit uncomfortable with the people that are surrounding them. Like you can drop your friends and then find new ones. It's easy like that. It's as easy. It's as easy as that. But then you can it won't take you like a click to find people that you really connect with. Like you only really need like those one or two people. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like people do come and go.
Yeah.
Changes in life are bound to happen. And sometimes people come in your life to teach you lessons. And it isn't a forever thing. You know, they come in your life and maybe there was enjoyment when they were in your life.
Yeah.
Maybe it was to teach you how to be better with this or thing, but people do teach you lessons, but people do come and go. And being able to grow, because I always feel like you're pushing for something better and sometimes those people are not going to be helping you get better, but they taught you something at that time which helps you to be better.
Exactly.
You know, that's something that I think about anyway. The next one that I had, which is something that I still struggle to with this day, is being kind to yourself, because this is something that I would always be so negative around everything, if I had a bad performance or if I've done something stupid, I would always beat myself up. Or if I, made the wrong choice, right? I know it's cliche to say, but you can't beat yourself up for making the wrong choices, because you have to embrace the mistakes, and the mistakes, give you opportunity to learn, which equals growth. So it's important whilst you're learning and making mistakes is being kind to yourself and knowing that, all right, I'm just a fucking idiot 21-year-old that made a mistake, and now I'm able to grow from that. I'm learn, and then I can, share my experiences with other people. So hopefully they learn, and that's something that I'm still struggling to this day, is being kind to myself, because when things do go wrong, I often do beat myself up and go, oh, this is the worst. What have I done? Blah, 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 So it's just like, no, you've made a mistake. You're learning. Mistakes help you learn. As long as you don't make the mistakes again, then you're growing, So that was something that I still think to about this day. The next one is like personal time / reflection, like always allowing time for yourself, and allowing you to oversee how your day went, oversee how your week went, take time to reflect how the choices that you made throughout the day or throughout the week are helping you meet your long-term goals. And that's something that helps me find myself, because when I do feel lost, I just sit down and go, okay, well, this is what I'm doing right now. This is how I'm doing it. What I'm doing right now is right. And I feel like what I'm doing right now is the best thing. Then I feel like I find myself. And I'm like, okay, I know who I am again. Because sometimes when life does get crazy and you're doing this thing and you're doing that thing and you don't really know what's going on, when you sit down and you just take time to reflect, you go, okay, well, I know that I did this because I'm trying to get here. Okay, I found myself again. It makes sense again, and everything just clicks and makes sense. When you're like doing something and then things just align, you're like, oh, that does make sense. Oh, I went here. Oh, I just met this person. I've been trying to meet this person for a long time, or whatever it is, right? And that's what helps me, is just that reflection, because it makes everything feel like I'm as a whole and I click together.
No, definitely. I understand.
The next thing that kind of stems from personal reflections is having goals to strive for. And having those goals help you to combat those feelings of pointlessness or feeling lost. And having goals can help you establish ways to develop skills and find purpose in the things that you're doing. And that's what's helped me is, when, for example, I wanted to do social media, and we're like, okay, well, if you want to do this, what's a goal? We'd love to start a podcast. And make a podcast our full-time thing. All right, well, that's a goal that I'm striving for right now. And it was like, that helped me find purpose, and that helped me find myself, because once again, I'm like, okay, I am Luke, I do social media and I do a podcast. That's who I am as a person now. Right? Things change as things go. But if you don't have any goals, you waking up and getting coffee in the morning, then you get brekkie, then you're like, okay, now what do I do? You feel lost as a person. I previously felt, when I graduated school and I just came out of school, I didn't really go to school very often, but I had everyone around me that were always at school. They always had curriculums, teachers, guidance, always telling them what to do and where everything to go. And when I was not going to school and people were at school, I felt like everything kind of made sense, because I know that I was meant to be going to school, but that was like how things were happening. But then as soon as I graduated from school, everyone else started doing their own thing, and I wasn't doing anything. I was just playing footy, and I was like, what even do I do? I don't know. Like, this is so scary. Like, my mate, he's working with his dad with his business. This guy's going to uni. This guy's doing this. And I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, this is so scary. Everyone else feels like they've got it all worked out, and I've got nothing. Like, I don't even know who I am as a person. And then I was like, okay, back to the reflection. I was like writing down, who am I? Who do I want to become? How do I set some goals for myself? And I tried uni, and uni wasn't really for me. I felt that's not what I needed at that point of time in my life. And I'm glad that I stepped away from uni, because it helped me to explore new things. And I'm still, I think uni is great to have a degree behind you. And I think it's absolutely awesome. But right now, uni isn't going to help me get to where I want to go. But it's definitely something that I want to do. Like, I would love to go back to uni and do like some sort of course, because I love learning and trying new things. So that's something that's going to probably help me in the future. So I definitely think I'll go back to uni eventually. But going back to it, it was doing having your goals and having the reflection all helped me to find myself as a person.
I think everyone needs goals in order to find purpose in a way. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have goals, you don't have anything to strive for, like you said. And it's like my dad at the moment, he's like, mate, I'm like seeing someone right now because I feel like lost. I'm like, what do you mean by that? He's like, I'm constantly sitting in bed doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like when I'm at home, not working. And I'm just like, yeah, so what are you going to do about it? And he's just like, I don't know. I'm like, well, you need to set some goals. You need to have a boundary that you want to reach.
Exactly.
I'm like, without any of that, you're just going to keep on doing what you're doing and not really be like pressured or like aiming to be somewhere or anything. Like without goals, like, I don't know, some people may manage, but I definitely can't.
Yeah, no, for sure. You know what? It's like a scary thought, or like something as you grow up, you become like cognizant of it, but you look at your parents no longer as like not like they're going through life for the first time as well.
Yes.
You know, like that's
a good
how
conversation to talk about.
That was something that's like kind of like rattled me recently, that I've finally gained
Well, it's like
cognitive awareness that my parents are also living for the first time as well.
It's strange when when your parents first take advice from you, you know?
Yeah.
Like my parents went through a divorce and I was probably 14, 15.
Yeah.
And at 16, my parents were listening to something that I had to say. And it's like, brings back to the thought that your parents teach you when you're younger, but then you then look after them when they're older.
Yeah.
And it's true. Like coming up now, I'm thinking like when I'm older, I'm going to put my dad in my house or like put my mum in, like, you know, like
exactly.
you always have that. Like,
I know it's weird to think about it, but that happened to me the other day when something was happening. But
what?
I don't know. Like it was just like, I was like, my mum was talking to me or something. I was like, oh. I was like, it just like hit me. Yeah. I was like, oh.
At what age do you feel important, do you reckon? Like 12, 13?
I think when you start hitting puberty as a man, you like as a boy, you think you're like, you start feeling important. You get 30, you're like, I'm the shit, bro. I'm him.
One day you're like, yeah. The next day, yeah.
Anyway, I think the last thing that helps me find myself is understanding that so many people have different beliefs and opinions and enjoy so many different things. So you got to stop comparing yourself to people around you and just, you know, be yourself and your own uniqueness of what makes you you. And you got to stop hiding that. And this helped me to enjoy myself and, you know, find things that I love, because it was like, okay, well, Diezel likes playing soccer. And I know you don't play soccer, but I'm making a lot of sport references today, I would change it. But okay.
Diezel likes reading.
Diezel likes reading, and I really don't like reading, but that's okay because that's what Diezel likes and that's him. And that was me. It was like, it doesn't matter what other people do and what other people like, because it's what I like.
Yeah.
And those things make me happy, and celebrating that helps me to find myself, such as me liking fish. That's just something that I like. It's something that I like myself. You know, when I'm older, I'm going to have a farm and I'm going to have fucking animals absolutely everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, I already know that, but that's just something that I like, and that's just me. Right. And it was like, stop beating yourself up for being different. You're just being yourself. And you know, being yourself and your own uniqueness helps you to find the person that you are and the person that you want to become. Because if you say you really like a certain thing, you really like reading, but every day you're only watching TV shows or you're doing this, you just feel like you're not the person that you are. You don't know who you are. Yeah. You know, so it was like just uncovering what you like, such as doing the goal settings and then just doing it and doing the things that you enjoy. That helps you to find yourself. And then you realize, like, okay, this is me. I like surfing. I like doing this. Like, I go, okay, I love making content. I love surfing. I love these. I'm making 20 fish jokes. I know there's going to be 20 fucking fish jokes about this.
Fucking.
I got to stop with this. But just like things like that, it was like, well, that's me. And that's who I am. And that's like how I identify. Like, that's what helps me, you know?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I hate reading, by the way.
Yeah, I can't read either. I struggle reading. Cut that. Anyway, but they my top 8 things that help you find your identity and help you find yourself a little bit, and they're the things that help me.
No, it was really
anyway, we'll go into the next thing, a little less serious and a little bit of just like how you guys can know us a little bit, but answering your questions.
Yeah, I've started to post TikToks. I seem to generally get about 100 views. How do you get a lot of views on your TikTok?
Tell
them.
You post high quality content.
Yeah.
No, the other difference is okay, well, when I see people on TikTok, it's like, why did their content do well? It's probably because they're pretty, but like it was, or they're pretty, or they did something good, right? And it's like, well, the content's good. It's clear. There's like a message behind it. Like, so it's just like, try to do a TikTok that's clean and looks good aesthetically, and it's gonna probably do okay.
Yeah.
You know, like, or you have a good message in your TikTok or something, you're speaking the truth, and it's going to get more than 100 views.
Yeah.
And posting consistently and regularly will get you results.
Yeah. So consistent format. So just like once every day, every day.
Yeah. Well,
or you say the more you post, the more.
Yeah. Well, TikTok, I find. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
You know, if you post one TikTok, 3 weeks later, post another, and you're like, oh shit, that didn't go well. Or post another 30 different TikToks, and all of a sudden something's going to hit.
Yeah.
And then you just go from there. Then you find your niche.
Yeah. Are the stories that Diezel says about his dad actually true? Yes, they are. Funnily enough, whoever knows my dad knows that most, like, all of
So many
those
people come up
stories
to me
are true.
on nights out or something. They'll be like,
Yeah.
"Is it actually true? Like your dad
Yeah.
did this, or like is it actually true the stories that Diezel's saying?" Or is he
You know
just
what's
making up?
annoying? That like people actually question it because it's like
I know, because I
unless you
tell
know my
Diezel, I tell
dad-
Diezel, you should make them up, just make them funny. He's like, no,
I
it has to be real.
make them up. Like they're genuinely like 100% genuine. So yeah.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
What is the worst thing that your dad has done to you, Diezel? That what? He made me drink piss from a bottle, acting
What?
like it was Gatorade.
Ew.
That was my brother.
that was the worst. Yeah,
That I said that on this.
yeah,
That was probably the worst thing he's ever done.
yeah.
Fucking
Gosh.
disgusting.
No, we skipped that
You
question.
grot
Tell me what-
motherfucker.
That's disgusting. Hey,
Do you care about someone's star sign if you were to go on a date with them?
no,
No.
I don't even think about it.
Yeah, well,
It's not
some girls really are into star signs and men.
Yeah, that's not something I even think about.
You're
to
an
be
aquarium.
honest. What?
You're an aquarium.
Oh yeah, that's right, I'm an aquarium. But yeah, no, I don't know. I don't even think about it. Normally people be like, oh yeah, I'm Aquarius, or I'm a whatever it is. I'm a Pisces, and then then they'll be like, oh, we're not compatible. But I've actually never experienced where someone's been like, oh, you're an Aquarius, we can't be together.
Yeah.
Not that I know. Maybe that's why things ended.
And if they went into that, would you be like, you're out of here? Like, is it a red flag if someone
Nah,
mentions
I
star
wouldn't.
signs?
No, I don't think it's a red flag if they mention star signs. But like, if
What if they keep on
If I went
mentioning
into their room one day and they're like under like the sheets and they're like lighting matches
Like
and
a
they've got like
voodoo
rocks
kinda-
and stuff, then I'd probably be like, okay, that's not me, and I can't be here.
Yep. Do you think time makes love grow? That's a good question, Tom. Luke, you happy to answer that?
I think I think if they're talking in the aspects of relationship, I think there needs to be some sort of initial attraction to them, and then you'll find that you can like then grow love from there. But like, there is also like examples of like co-workers when they work every day together. So I guess then they fall in love. So yeah, I guess time does make love grow.
Yeah.
I think.
So this is Diezel's diary. I don't have a Diezel's diary, but I do have like a little bit of like a question segment for the boys. We're talking about bullies. We're talking about people that try to like get under your skin. Did you guys ever get picked on when you were younger? Like any names called at you? Nothing. No one's ever bullied you or anything.
Yeah, they made fun of me. So,
Yeah. Did you get names like? No.
Like jacked. Oh, he's so good looking, handsome, like things like that.
Yeah, I got called Chubba Chubs for I don't know what reason.
Yeah.
But I think it may have been because I was a bit overweight.
So people call you Chubba Chubs at
People
school
call me Chubba Chubs at school.
because you're fat.
Yeah, but you know what's funny?
Mm.
They don't call me that anymore.
What do they
So
call you now?
just Diezel.
Just Diezel.
So that's obviously saying that I'm probably a little bit slimmed down now.
All right, this is the next one. Big brother advice is a few things that kind of like stems from the questions that you guys were asking, but we're just going to give you like our opinions on them to like help you guys, because I know a lot of people have recently finished school and uni's back, and this is the first time starting uni, so I feel like these questions are good for those people.
Yeah.
And maybe you guys can relate to it. But I've just finished school and find myself drifting from all my friends. We were really close at school, and it seems now that everyone has finished, we don't really hang out anymore. Everyone seems to be starting uni and doing new things. I don't know what I should do, if I should keep trying to make plans even though they don't put effort in. Are you still friends with your high school mates, and did you drift from anyone?
I drifted a lot from a lot of people, I reckon. I still have my close friendships. But yeah, I didn't go to uni. I might be going to uni today.
You might be on uni.
Yeah, might
yeah,
get
you're excited
accepted.
for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, once again, I just think was I saying, like people teach you in life, you know, certain things, as I was kind of like saying before. And this is like one of those prime examples that people do come and go. And if they're not putting in effort to see you, then I wouldn't bother seeing them. But like you keep it chill with them and you keep being friends with them. You keep it nice as always.
Yeah, I find that I had to put a lot of effort to catch up with some mates previously.
And I think killing them with kindness.
Film with kindness.
Yeah, that's my motto.
No, that's good.
Anyway, I'm currently working retail. I don't really like my coworkers. They're always mean. I feel like they're always talking shit behind my back. I don't want to be a snitch and tell my manager, but it's really making me not enjoy working. What should I do? Any advice?
I think you should snitch and tell your manager.
Yeah, so snitch. Be a snitch.
I think snitch it. They already hate you. You're not gonna.
Exactly. Yeah. Snitch.
They're not gonna think any worse of you.
Yeah, exactly. You're right.
Or just like move yourself from that environment.
Yeah.
Change jobs. If you want to go a bit extra and beyond, if you can be bothered.
Yeah. How do you know if someone actually likes you or they're just using you because you're nice to them? I've been seeing this boy for months now where you're really getting along, but I feel like he just likes having me around but doesn't actually want anything serious. How do I tell him I want more but too scared to make things weird if he doesn't? What should I do?
Just put the question out there.
Put the question out there. There's no point just like beating around it.
Yeah.
Honesty, truth, bang, smack.
My sister's been talking to this guy for 2 weeks now and he hasn't messaged her to say, let's go on another date. They've just been messaging.
Yeah.
What do you want her to do? You've just got to put the question out there.
Just got to throw the question out
Do you
there.
think I'm around for the fling? Or do you think like there's something to this?
And then if you know, you can like put yourself in a better position.
Yeah.
And then you like don't get hurt as well.
Most of the time the guy's like, yeah, I just want to fling and just say, fuck off. You
Yeah,
know?
well,
You just
exactly.
easily just be like, shoe fly. See
I feel
you
like a
later.
lot of guys like take more time as well to like know their feelings. So then they kind of like the fling.
Yeah, I feel like guys just actually try to be friends. Do you reckon? Friends with benefits, a lot of people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Friends with benefits.
Friends
yeah.
with benefits is a great way of saying it.
All right. Well, next thing, that's Big Brother. Keep sending them in. If you have anything, like any advice or anything that you want us to answer, send them in and we'll be sure to answer it and help you guys out. This is the next one, Riz or Miss. This is kind of funny and they've been doing well on TikTok recently, so we'll keep rolling with them. But the Riz or Misses do make me laugh, and some of you guys, what you say is absolutely crazy. So Riz or Miss, I'm a hopeless romantic. It was recently Valentine's Day and I've been seeing this boy for the past month or so. I thought it'd be funny if I delivered 1,000 roses to his door with a card saying, will you be my Valentine?
That's a stretch. Probably
He thought it was funny. We went on a date for Valentine's Day. Is this Riz?
100% it's Riz.
Well, if it's work, then it's Riz. But
Yeah.
if someone's come to
1,000
my
roses.
if someone's come to my door with 1,000 roses, you best believe I'm
Think
running.
about it, yeah?
Yeah.
Roses around Valentine's Day, like $15 a rose.
Yeah,
That's $15,000 spent on a rose.
yeah, it's a lot.
So I don't think that's right. I reckon she's probably spent like,
Maybe he could have just picked him. He could have just like picked a whole bunch of
maybe.
stolen your neighbor's flowers or something.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, that's Riz, 100%.
I one time saw the most beautiful girl on a night out. I went up and talked to her. It was super loud, so I only caught that she lives in Richmond. I never got her Instagram or name before I lost her. After that night, I was convinced she was the love of my life, but I had no idea how I was going to find her. Months went on with no luck of running into her until the idea struck me. I decided to set my dating app profile to Richmond, and sure enough, I matched with her and we went on a date. This has got to be the most ultimate Riz. Yeah, that is
good.
thinking ahead.
That is thinking
Which
ahead.
is very important to think ahead.
But is it slightly creepy? No?
No, you just like knew about him and you couldn't find him. So you said to Richmond to find that one person. You kind of like just hunted them down. You kind of stalked them a little bit.
I feel like you've done this before.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you for today's episode. We kind of like went through a little bit of how to find yourself and then answering your questions and like I think a little bit of fun with the would you rathers. But appreciate you going. Appreciate everyone nevertheless. We love seeing you out and about. So if you do see us, we'd love to talk to you and have a chat with you. So thank you everyone. Keep sending in things and we'll answer them. But have a great rest of your week or a great start to your week. So it comes out Sunday. Comes out Sunday. I always forget, the back. Yeah.
Well,
anyway,
I hope your drive to
week.
work is lovely listening to us.
Yeah. Love you. All right. Love you all. See you later.
See ya.
Bye.